All right, guys, so now we're going to work on lesson 13, and your teacher should have already given you a formula sheet that looks like this. I would definitely keep this out in your, what we call personal whiteboard, the little envelope that you guys can write on that has your place value chart. Keep that in here because that is something that you are always able to get out and use. There are some that are around the classroom, but it is actually easier just for you guys to have this and pull it out whenever we're working on conversions. So what we're going to be doing is we are going to be converting, and a lot of this math is going to be pretty simple math for you guys to do. And what we're going to do, like I said, is we're just going to be doing some conversions. So if we take a look here, I want to convert my weeks into days. So if I have 8 weeks, I know I have 8 times 1 week. And what I've done here now is I have actually changed this 1 week. Now I've changed it for days. So I've converted that into days, and I know that 1 week is going to equal 7 days. So then I can multiply it out and say, okay, I've got 8 times 7 days, or 8 times 7 is going to be 56 days. So 8 weeks equals 56 days, okay? If you do this part, that will help you guys to understand exactly what you need to do. All right, so I'm going to convert this years into days. I want to convert 4 years into how many days? So if I were just to write this out, I have 4 years. So it's going to be 4 times 1. So basically what I've done is I've separated this number from the label. So I've got 4 times 1 year. Okay, so I'm going to keep this 4. And if you think about it, 1 year, how many days are in 1 year? Well, I've got 365 days. So I know I'm going to multiply 365 times 4. So I'm just going to come over here. That's not something I can do mentally off my head, quite honestly. 5 times 4 is 20, regroup my 2. 6 times 4 is 24 plus 2 more is 26, regroup my 2. 3 times 4 is 12 plus 2 more is 14. So this answer is 1,460 days are in 4 years. All we're doing, guys, this step right here is just separating it out, separating that number from the label, and then I can convert that label to be able to multiply it. So we're going to do the same thing here. I'm going to convert meters into centimeters. So first I'm going to separate out that number from that label, okay? It's always going to be 1. Because now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this 9 2/10 and I'm going to multiply it by, well, 1 meter equals how many centimeters? 1 meter equals 100 centimeters. You either might already know that because we've practiced it, or it is right here on your place value chart or on your formula sheet or your conversion sheet. 1 meter equals 100 centimeters. So I'm going to take this 9 2/10 times 100. But I kind of already know this, like if I put it on my place value chart, how to multiply it out, I know that it's going to be 920 centimeters. Okay, you could do the math if you needed to. You could put it on your place value chart if you needed to. If it's something mentally you can already see, that is great. All right, this next one, I want to convert yards into feet. So this time they don't have this all written out for me, so I'm going to have to write it out. So I'm going to take this 5 7/10 yard, and I am going to put 5.7, and I'm going to multiply it by 1 yard. Okay, YD is the abbreviation for yard. So I've separated the label from that number. So now I can go ahead and I'm going to put 5.7. I'm going to multiply it by my feet, which is what I want to convert it to. Well, if you come over here, 1 yard, you're going to look for yard. 1 yard equals 3 feet. So I know I'm going to multiply that by 3. Okay, so now I can go ahead and multiply it, and I'm going to come over here. Okay, so my answer is not 171. Remember, I started off, if I kind of ignored that decimal, the answer should be in tenths. So this answer should be in tenths, and to write it in tenths, it's going to be 17 1/10 of a foot. Okay. Now down here, I'm going to convert the kilograms to grams. So I'm just going to kind of piggyback off of this, and I am going to separate out that number from that label. It's always going to be 1 kilogram because right now I've separated it. Now I can figure out, well, what am I going to multiply this number by to get that conversion. So if I were to get out my conversion sheet that I have, or my formula sheet, I am going from kilograms to grams. And look right here, they have it, kilograms to grams. So 1 kilogram equals 1,000 grams. So I'm going to multiply this by 1,000, guys. So I can put that on my place value chart. You can do long multiplication to do that. You can if you want to. But if you put it onto your conversion chart, this should be 6,080 grams is what is going to equal that kilogram. Okay, I kind of know I'm moving it 3 place values over. I can scooch this decimal 1, 2. I've got to add that extra 0, and that is how I got that 6,080. Okay, if you need help, get your place value chart out. That will be the best thing for you. This next one, I want to turn pounds into ounces, so I'm just going to piggyback off of this. I'm going to separate that number from that 1 pound. Oh, and you know what? That's not what the label is for pound. I was trying to, LB is the label for pound. Okay, so now I know I can take this 12 and 5/10 and I can multiply it by, well, I need to figure out how many ounces, or OZ, is in pounds. And some of you guys might already know that. It's something that I do know, but you can also come over here, and it is right here, 1 pound equals 16 ounces. So I'm going to multiply it by 16. That's where I got that number from. I can't do this in my head. So I'm going to do this 12 and 5/10, or you can think 125 tenths. So I know that my answer needs to be in tenths. So 0, my 3, 12, 15, carry my 1, 6, 7. There's my 0, 5, 2, 1. Add these all together. Okay, it's not going to be 2,000 because remember, it's 2,000 tenths, or 200 ounces. Okay, you could put that 0 there. All right, so the conversion is pretty easy. It's all you're doing is separating the number from the label, and then we're able to replace the label with something that is equal to be able to convert it.